Good morning from Miami. Gonna be taking one of America's shortest hops out of here over to Tampa. And my intent today is to find good coordination using my voice recognition in both FS2Crew and Beyond ATC, which is basically going to require me to remember when to mute FS2Crew so that my first officer does not perform something unexpected, because it is very sensitive, obviously, to voice commands. So I'm probably gonna make a few mistakes, but again, I've been so happy with both programs, FS2Crew and Beyond ATC, that I want to just find that right synchronization between them. And I actually have contacted the developers saying if they would consider having the FS2Crew first officer be able to communicate with Beyond ATC in the future, since as many as you know, if we're the pilot in command, we are not going to be operating radios whatsoever. So in the meantime, I will be operating the radios, and I will be conducting flows with the FO. So I'll make some mistakes, just bear with me. This is an experimental flight with both programs running simultaneously. So I'm going to skip some parts. I'm just going to get to do clearance first, a pre-flight checklist, and so forth. And flight to Tampa, I've done this flight a few times. Flight to Tampa can be anywhere between 35-45 minutes, depending on the routing that you get. Okay, so let's give this a try. Good morning, Miami clearance. American 738 with Golf. Ready to copy IFR.
American 738, Miami clearance, thanks for golf. Cleared to Tampa Airport, bongos for departure, Korea transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 133.775, squawk 1141.
Cleared to Tampa Airport, bongos for departure, Korea transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 133.775, squawk 1141, American 738.
Negative, climb via SID.
Okay, I'm going to do an automatic readback here.
Cleared to Tampa Airport, bongos for departure, Korea transition, then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 133.775, squawk 1141, American 738.
American 738, readback correct. Contact ground 132.375 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground on 132.375 when ready for pushback or engine start, American 738. So I'm hitting week 3 using Beyond ATC, or week 2. I lost count. Yeah, I think it's week 2. Yeah. Regardless, it's been a very good program. I got a negative response from clearance. It didn't catch everything I said, and sometimes I speak too fast. I'm very guilty of speaking too fast, in other words. So it will not always catch my response, but for the most part, I've had a really good experience with it. So once in a while, it will misunderstand me. So I will go to the auto response. One of the things, I was starting to read some of the reviews for Beyond ATC. There's a recommendation from one of the reviewers to just try to use auto response during the most intense parts of the flight, or the busiest parts of the flight, which is that takeoff and landing part. Because I do notice you have to do a lot of shuffling. I love to do manual flight as early as possible during an approach. So if I'm doing manual flight, I'm trying to tune the radios, talk to the tower. That can be distracting, to say the least. So there are options out there, and I'm still trying to find a sweet spot for my experience, for my preferences. So we'll get there. I just don't know what I want to do yet. Now let's see FS2Crew's response. Pre-flight checklist.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal auto. Windows heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments.
Set and checked.
Heading 3, 5, 2. Altimeter 2, 9, 9, 8. Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
FS Realistic connected.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay, we will be departing via gate pushback. Noise abatement is not required. There are no threats. We will be taking off with rated thrust, bleeds on. We are overweight, so if needed, we will circle and burn fuel before returning. APU will be off, anti-ice is not required, and we will be following the assigned SID out of runway 8 right here in Miami. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
And as you can see, voice recognition on FS2Crew still can be a little picky, and I've trained the program to recognize my voice. And again, I know I speak very fast, so sometimes I have to repeat myself. But again, I really like this integration. Good morning, Miami ground. American 738, request push and start.
American 738 Miami gates ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east, American 738. Before start checklist.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Before start checklist.
Stand by.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Before start checklist.
Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds.
Set and checked.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
Free and zero.
Release
Taxi and
parking
takeoff
brakes,
briefing.
please.
Completed.
Anti-collision light. On. Before start checklist completed.
Release parking brakes, please.
Start sequence is 2 then 1.
All engines clear.
Check.
Start at will.
Start engine 2.
Starting engine 2. Oil pressure. Starter cutout. Number 2 stable.
Start engine 1.
Start engine 1. Oil pressure.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
Starter cutout.
Tow truck disconnected.
Number 1 stable.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Flaps 5. Flight control checks complete. Miami ground, American 738 requests taxi runway 8 right.
American 738, runway 8 right taxi via November Papa, Mike 1.
Runway 8 right via November Papa Mike 1. American 738. Before taxi checklist.
Generators. On. Probe heat. On. Anti-ice. Off. Isolation valve. Auto. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Auto brake. RTO. Engine start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist completed.
Clear left.
Clear right.
All aircraft be advised, information hotel now current, altimeter 29 or 9 or 8.
Flight deck. Okay, thanks. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Thank you. Before takeoff checklist.
Flaps.
5 green light.
Stabilizer trim.
4.67 units. Set and checked.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
American 738, contact Miami Tower 123.9er. Have a good one.
123.9er, American 738, bye. Good morning, Miami Tower. American 738 ready to go. Runway 8 right.
American 738, backtrack runway 08 right. Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 08 right. Call when ready for departure. American 738. Miami Tower, American 738, request departure, runway 8 right.
Aircraft calling for departure, say call sign.
American 738.
American 738, Miami Tower, wind 175 at 10, fly runway heading, runway 8 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8 right, American 738. Before takeoff procedure.
Okay. Cabin crew, take your seats. Clear on the approach. Ready to go.
Takeoff.
Thrust set. $80 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up. feet.
American 738, contact Miami departure.
Going to Miami departure, American 738. Good morning, Miami departure, American 738, 1,600 feet.
Aircraft calling, did not copy.
Good morning, Miami departure, American 738, 2,900 feet.
Aircraft calling, request not understood. Miami, American 738, 3,600.
American 738, Miami departure, good day, radar contact, cleared direct 6 alt, resume the Bongos 4, climb and maintain 1 tree, 13,000.
Cleared direct assault, resume the Bongos 4, climb and maintain 13, 13,000, American 738.
So as I was mentioning, here is where it would be very helpful for FS2Crew and Beyond ATC to integrate, so my first officer can do all the communications and I can focus on my manual flight, which I'm doing right now. Again, I want to keep it on manual flight as long as possible. I don't like over-relying on automation. Flaps 1. Flaps up. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Packs. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up. No lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Happy to release the cabin crew?
Okay.
Okay. $10,000.
American 738, contact Miami Center
Happy to release the cabin?
123.775.
Okay.
Okay.
Going to
Portable electronic devices may now be used with the
123.775,
exception
American
of TVs,
738.
radios, two-way transmitters, or any other device in a transmit mode, as these devices may interfere with the aircraft's communication and navigation systems.
Engage Command A.
Yina. Autopilot on.
Good morning, Miami Center, American 738, 11,700.
American 738, say altitude.
American 738 is at 11,800.
American 738, Miami Center, good day. Climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, American 738. One thing that Beyond ATC advertises is the SimBrief integration, which is very good. That said, SimBrief assigned me 24,000 feet for my cruise, and Center just assigned me 26,000 feet. Again, I've done Miami-Tampa many times, and the altitude can be anywhere between 24, 28. So no problem switching over to 26,000. That's going to be easy. But for consistency, Beyond ATC, as they continue to push updates, they still need to work on that integration part with SimBrief. And so far, I don't want to speak too soon, but so far I've been able to remember when to mute my FS2Crew voice recognition. So yeah, this is definitely a lot more enjoyable to be able to talk to both FO and ATC.
738, contact Miami Center 132.4.
Going to 132.4, American 738. Currently, beyond ATC, when it does handoffs within a center, it does require manual tuning. Other than that, it's really good at allowing you to use just a push button to switch from ground to tower, tower to departure, etc. But within the center, it still requires me to manually do it unless somebody knows a shortcut. So I'm going to go ahead and tune 132.4. So there'll probably be a couple of these handoffs. Good morning, Miami Center. American 738 with you.
American 738, say altitude.
Miami Center, American 738 with you at flight level 220.
American 738, Miami Center, roger.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll begin our meal service for the flight. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the 2 meal choices and your beverage choices available. We request that you keep the aisles clear to assist the flight attendants to serve you efficiently and also for your own safety. Thank you.
Set heading to 187.
2, 1, 8. Set. $1,000 to level.
American 738, contact Miami Center Tree 475.
$134.75 for American 738. Bye. Good morning, Miami Center. American 738, flight level 260.
American 738, Miami Center, roger.
If you hear the clicking, I've just put a lot of, well, not a lot, but a couple of buttons in my Boeing TCA yoke to communicate with ATC for the push button function, and also to mute and unmute my first officer, which I think is working pretty well. And like I mentioned at the very beginning, it's my first time doing this, and so far the coordination has not been as difficult as I expected. We'll see how we do during that very busy approach sequence, but so far I like this. Okay, I know my aircraft meets the standards for landing, but sometimes I get this inconsistency from the flight bag to the flight plan. So how heavy am I right now? Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and do this calculation on the FMC. That's fine.
American 738, descend via Bullfrog to arrival. Tampa Airport landing runway 19er right, altimeter 29er 5.
Descend via Bullfrog to arrival. Tampa Airport landing runway 19er right, altimeter 29er 5. American 738. You have control. You have control.
I have control.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, we'll be following the Belfer Star into Tampa's runway 19er right. Runway is currently dry. After landing, we'll have an APU delayed start. Just wait for my command. missed approach altitude and final fixed altitude are both 3,000 feet. Auto brake is set to 3. There are no threats in the area. We'll be landing with flaps 30. Bleeds on, and we'll be parking from gate 78, gate 82. We'll get a specific gate assignment during descent, and our decision height will be 200. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, let's try resetting. Any questions?
No questions.
I have control. I have control.
You have control. You have control.
Descent checklist.
Pressurization. Landing altitude is 50 feet. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. Level 3. Landing data.
Set and checked.
VREF. VREF. 1 5 2 minimums 2 0 0 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist completed.
Another observation about this early access version of Beyond ATC. Overall, I'm very satisfied with it. Just to comment on the success of proper descents, so you don't arrive too high, for example, or just waiting too long for a descent instruction. The descent instruction that I got did not give me a specific altitude, so I'm just going to go into my final approach fix of 3,000. I might get corrected, it might forget it, but I think my success rate is probably anywhere between 85 and 90% with proper handoffs and proper altitude instructions. And the developer does have a blog on their Discord site as to the kind of things they're working on. They blame corrupt data for some of this miscues, and I guess that data is found in some of the scenery files for the various airports.
American 738, contact Miami Center 134.55, take care.
134.55 for American 738. So I like to look at their server, their Discord server, to see the kind of things they're working on. What I'm really looking forward to is the eventual integration of the AI traffic. They'll be able to sequence anywhere between 5 and 10 aircraft from what the currently dormant menu shows. That'd be very cool, because right now it's just me and the tower, and we have to ignore the AI. We're gonna crash into AI here and there, but I don't care. I like the AI as good eye candy in the meantime. Miami Center, American 738, flight level 200.
American 738, Miami Center, roger. American 738, contact Tampa, approach 135.5.
135.5 for American 738. Good morning, Tampa, approach American 738 with hotel, flight level 180.
American 738, verify information uniform.
American 738 has information uniform.
American 738, Tampa approach, altimeter 29er 7, expect the visual approach runway 19er right.
Altimeter 29er 7, expect visual approach, runway 19er right, American 738. So another thing, I need to tune into the Addis in Tampa and figure out the letter. Because when I left Miami, we had gone from Gulf to hotel. So I identified here with hotel, but here in Tampa they have uniform. So again, it's just synchronizing the process. I gotta figure out a more efficient way to do this. I would probably have to just acknowledge the center handoff, but go to Addis and get the latest letter, and then switch to approach. And I know they're also working on making that process a little smoother. But again, overall, if you're watching Beyond ATC work at work for the first time, I can tell you it's a very impressive program, and there are some reviews starting to pop up online about Beyond ATC. In my humble opinion, for an early access release, it is very good. When I first read early access, I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait to buy this, but I had this instinct, go ahead and buy it, give it a try, support the developers, and I have no regrets. It's a really nice program. Some of you know VATSIM very well, so something I haven't used, so I cannot make a comparison. So I guess it will be a matter of taste, I suppose. Approach checklist.
Altimeters.
29er 7. Set and checked.
2997. Set. Approach checklist completed. 10,000. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you are making a connection
American
to another
738, lead Guzda heading tree 45. Expect radar vectors for visual approach, runway 19er right.
Gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin.
Leave Guzda heading 345. Expect radar vectors for visual approach, runway 19er right, American 738.
Also in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices and then all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright positions and check the security of your seatbelts. We will be landing shortly. Thank you.
American 738, turn left, heading tree 45, descend and maintain 4,000, altimeter 2997, vectors for the approach.
Descend and maintain 4,000, altimeter 2997, vectors for the approach, American 738.
Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all
Negative,
carry-on
turn
luggage
left,
is stowed
heading tree
underneath the seat
45.
of you or an overhead bin. Please turn off all electronic devices until we are safely parked at the
Turn
gate.
left heading 345. Descend and maintain 4,000 altimeter 2997, American 738.
Another piece of feedback from the users of Beyond-ETC is the vectoring that Beyond-ETC is not always the most optimal. So I'm just going to follow my FMC track here, make my U-turn. Beyond-ETC will not correct me if I don't follow their vectoring instructions. So again, I think this is just more efficient. I'm going to stick to this for now.
American 738, turn left, heading tree 20.
Turn left heading 320, American 738. So as long as I acknowledge their instruction without actually executing it, there is no issues. Again, we have a very neat U-shaped arrival here. I'm going to stick to that. And I also understand they're going to work to make their vectoring more accurate, because again, some users have reported being left doing
American
circles.
738, turn left, heading 265, descend and maintain 3,000.
Some users have mentioned turning circles endlessly, crashing into mountains, so it's not there quite yet. Turn left, heading 265, descend and maintain 3,000, American 738.
American 738, turn left, heading 260, intercept the 19er right localizer, descend and maintain 2,200.
Turn left, heading 260, intercept the 19er localizer, descend and maintain 2,200, American 738. Flaps 1.
Flight deck. Okay, thanks. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Thank you.
Autopilot on.
American 738, airport is at your 10 o'clock 16 miles. Report the field in sight.
American 738, airfield in sight.
American 738, cleared visual approach, runway 19er right.
Cleared visual approach, runway 19er right, American 738.
1,000 to level.
Flaps 5.
American 738,
Final
contact
approach
Tampa
fixed.
Tower
Height check. Missed approach.
119.5.
Altitude is set.
.5 American 738. Good morning, Tampa Tower, American 738 inbound visual, runway 19er right.
Checked.
25.
American
Radio,
738 Tampa
altimeter
Tower,
alive.
wind 19er5 at 12.
Cabin
Runway
crew, take your
19er
seats.
right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 19er right, American 738.
No, American 738, cleared to land, runway 19er right.
Runway 19er right, cleared to land, American 738.
Gear down.
Gear down. Autopilot off.
Flaps 30. Landing checklist.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
30, green light.
Landing checklist completed.
Clear.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. Stable.
Continue. Landing.
100. Sync rate. Sync rate. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reversers normal. Auto brake disarmed.
Manual braking.
Checked. $60 knots.
Okay to clean up.
American 738, exit left at Whiskey 4.
Exit left at Whiskey 4, American 738.
Flight, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely at the gate.
American 738, contact ground 121.7.
Gather your belongings and disembark.
Going to ground on 121.7, American 738, bye.
Appreciate your business and hope to see you again on a future flight.
Start the APU.
Starting the APU.
Good morning, Tampa ground. American 738, request taxi gate. Foxtrot 82.
American 738, welcome to Tampa Airport, gate Foxtrot 82, taxi via Victor 3 Victor.
Taxi via Victor 3 Victor, American 738, bye.
APU on the buses.
Lights and doors.
Check. Cabin crew disarm doors and cross-check.
I'm also using GSX integration with FS2Crew. So once my FO and I do the shutdown checklist, deboarding will begin. So it should work. Shutdown checklist.
Fuel pumps. Off. Probe heat. Auto. Hydraulic panel. Set. Flaps.
Up.
Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Off. Shutdown checklist completed.
The boarding requested.
Okay, I was expecting this to be a little tougher, but I think the buttons I assigned to remember to mute my first officer voice recognition whenever I'm talking to ATC or whenever I'm just narrating to you, I think it worked. I only made maybe 1 or 2 mistakes here. And you notice Beyond ATC had a couple of instances where they didn't understand my voice, so I just switched to the default voice. So this is going to be my integration with both programs right now. I'm really happy with this. And again, if we really want to make it realistic, hopefully the FS2Crew and Beyond ATC teams figure out a way to get the first officer to do all the communications as it's done in the real world. But again, I don't mind doing them. I really think it's really cool. I get to practice phraseology, since I still mess it up a few times. And I like to travel around the world, and the phraseology is very different. So, yeah, again, very happy with this experience. I think over the past month or so, between purchasing the FS2Crew animated first officer and Beyond ATC, my realism has really surged, and I'm really enjoying it. So welcome to Tampa. As always, thank you for watching, and happy flights, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Take care.